It is Slimpossible Season 7. It is the Rumba edition. And what an amazing season it's been. Would you believe it is our final show, at least right here in the Slimpossible Academy before our curtains close next Saturday in our grand finale where the Slimpossible Season 7 Queen will be unveiled. If you're watching us, wherever you're watching us from, we've got 10 contestants in studio. I can't... Okay, fine, I see Joyce Mutua, and now I didn't quite see her during the dance, but it's good to see Joyce here with us. We've got 10 contestants in studio. You're invited to use the hashtag Slimpossible7 to send in the name of your favorite contestant. Tonight, the 6 finalists will be unveiled right here at our Citizen TV studios. We want to thank our resident DJ Mike this season for what has been an amazing Rumba extravaganza. DJ Mike is back with us this week. DJ Mike, salimia wa Kenya.
Oyo ndevishi pirate, ndombolo ya solo, eko dive, eko dive, eko dive.
That is DJ Mike. He's the best Rumba DJ across and all over Africa, and therefore that's the guy you need to look up. We want to thank our sponsors this season, starting with the Royal Nairobi Golf Club. We want to thank Karen Hospital as well for partnering with us this season. CIC Group is our Slimpossible insurance partner this season, and of course the Concord Hotels. Thank you very much for your support this season, and not forgetting Ashley's. Thank you very much for partnering with Slimpossible this season. And of course, the very beautiful Chiki of Kuruka Fitness. Chiki, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Chiki, share with us about this experience for you, the Rumba experience for you, the contestants interacting with them. It's the final studio show this evening. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I think this season has been incredible. We have had I think it's a blessing just how many amazing dancers they were, and it's real testimony to what we did last year. Because women came and they knew, actually, they might have to dance, yeah? So people came geared and ready to dance this season. It's been an incredible season. I've really, really enjoyed working with these girls. I mean, sometimes I turn up when I'm not even expected to. I just kind of hang out and see what's going on. So I'm so upset it's the last kind of studio session, but hopefully you really got to see some of the women in their element doing their own thing today. For the
and so for the people who shy away from dance, say from Kuruka, because they think, you know, I might be too big, I'm not going to be able to follow with Chiki's choreography, what would you say to them? Because a lot of people shy away from dance because they think the moves are just too intense.
Yeah, we get that a lot. We've had that with Slimpossible, we have that with Dance with Chiki. I think the important thing is, first of all, no one learns overnight. Yeah, anything that's worthwhile takes time when it comes to dancing, but it depends what you're trying to get out of it. If you're just having a good time and you get fit in the process, then it's not about being the best dancer, it's just about going and enjoying yourself. If it's about wanting to improve your skill set, then it takes time, as does anything. But some of the best dancers I know are curvy women, so I say come along, bring it on.
Great, Chiki. Anything else as we proceed to the faculty?
No, I guess just good luck to all the women. You guys have been incredible this year. Thank you guys for tuning in again for another year. I hope you enjoyed it. And that's it, really.
Okay, Chiki. That's Chiki of Kuruka Fitness with us this season on Slimpossible, the Roomba edition. Contestants, how are you? Hi. It's good to see you. 10 contestants. Out of the 16 that started, these ladies have battled it out to make it to tonight's show. It's not been easy. It's been quite intense. And tonight we will find out who amongst the 10 will make it to the final 6. I want to explain the rules of the game to you once again, contestants. This has been a 12-week program where elimination has been based on weight loss week by week. Every week our contestants have been weighed here in studio, and that has determined who stays and who leaves. Not following the instructors, nutritionist instructions has also been a cause of concern in the academy this season, where some contestants were warned that they could face possible elimination if they did not follow our rules to the letter. And of course, once again, next week will be our grand finale, and a millionaire will be born right here in our Citizen TV studios. A Kenyan millionaire will be born. I want to introduce our guest experts this evening, and that is our faculty, our Slimpossible faculty. We've got Dr. Francis Katambana, who is a clinical psychologist who will be engaging with the contestants. He's actually been working with the contestants throughout the season. And of course, we have our resident nutritionist, Lina Njoroge, of Total Lifestyle Change Center, who has also been working with our contestants this season. So contestants, before you forward your questions to Lina and Francis, I'd like them to give a brief summary of their assessment of you in the challenge this season. Of course, bearing in mind that some of you will be eliminated this evening. I'll start with you, Francis Katambana. It's been an intense psychological journey. We've seen tears shed in studio. Mariam last week broke down because she said it's just been too much for her, that she's giving it her all, but she doesn't know what's happening. And she got emotional and sent out a shout out to her husband. But then again, aside from that, there's just been a lot of raw emotions within the academy. How have the contestants been coping with this, and going forward, what are we expecting them to be feeling as the season comes to an end?
Well, for this, the contestants have been handling this pretty well. They've been amazing to work with. There's been a lot of, as you're saying, a lot of stress around the competition. There's been a lot of emotions as they work with each other, as they're trying to see who is going to lose the most. But as you know, weight loss, sometimes it goes, sometimes it comes back. Yeah, sometimes you don't lose as much as you wanted to lose. And then compounded with the fact that, you know, there are a lot of other things happening around at home. Now they are celebs, you know. So there's also a lot of pressure from the people who are viewing them. But I think we have worked to give them skills on how to handle all this. We've learned how to cope with anger, how to cope with the stress of this, and I think they're handling it pretty well. I have been happy to work with them. I've felt privileged to have come to know them. I'm extremely happy to have worked with them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, Dr. Katambana.
Yeah.
I want to cross over to Lina Njoroge, who has been with Slimpossible since its inception. And Lina, I know a lot of the contestants over the seasons have resorted to shortcuts. We've talked about fad diets in the show. We've talked about crash dieting. We've talked about actually starving yourself or going on a liquid diet. I just want you briefly, before the contestants forward their questions to you, to give them the parameters that will determine who the final winner will be. Because every week when we weigh our contestants here in studio, viewers, the assumption is that the person that is in the lead is automatically the winner. But that is not the case. So Lina, I just want you to demystify some of these issues so that our contestants are in the clear that there is no definite winner as of now.
Yeah, one of the things that, when we started Slimpossible, we did a comprehensive nutrition assessment that involves taking the weight, the height, the body mass index, and then the waist circumference. Then we do body fat percentage, we do the cholesterol, and we do the whole lipid profile, the good cholesterol, the HDL, LDL, triglycerides, and then we do blood pressure. So those are very important, and we start them at the baseline, and then we end, we'll do them now this last week. So one of the things that we do is calculate the body fat, the mass, the muscle that you have lost. And so the reason why we do all those comprehensive assessment is because just weight alone is not enough. Your waist circumference is very important, and it's a risk factor for some of the lifestyle diseases. And that's why we keep on telling you that even if you see there's not much change during when you're taking the weight, there's something else that is happening. Your cholesterol is going low. So as long as you're losing weight and you're eating healthy, your risk of getting cardiovascular diseases, your risk of getting diabetes type 2, cancer reduces. So at the end, when we do the assessment and you have lost too much muscle, then it means that you have not lost weight the right way. So that's why we do the weekly assessment every time, and we emphasize that you eat healthy. One of the ways to know that you've lost too much muscle is when you starve yourself. When you starve yourself, crash diets, when you're on diets that are lower than 1,000 calories, what happens is your body loses a lot of weight, but it loses the wrong weight. You lose muscle. And that's not what we want to lose. You want to lose the excess fat. And so that's the reason why we have to keep on doing the assessments.
Okay, so contestants, there you have it. As of now, there is no clear winner. So don't be sitting there thinking that, oh, so-and-so is going to win. I'm sure all of you think that you know who the winner is, but nobody knows as at this point, because that will only be determined a day to the finale. So I'm going to cross over now to the contestants. You can forward your questions to Francis and to Lina. Who are we beginning with? Honey Finn.
Hey, hi Lillian.
How are you?
Always looking great.
Thank
I'm fine.
you.
Dr. Katambana. Hi, how are you?
Fine.
We've missed you for 2 days, but yeah, I'm glad that you're here. Hi, Lina.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm happy that you're here. The question will go to both of you, but I'll start with Dr. Katambana. Doctor, we've had series and series of talks. You've talked to us how to, handle our anger, our pains and everything. Yes, some of them are really helping. Like this one. It's really helping. My question is, how do you handle a person who keeps on throwing words at you and you cannot put your finger and really take back the anger? Either you cry or you just at a point want to feel like, oh my God, I want to bash this person, but because of the respect of this group and citizen, you just let it go. I'm not particularly saying a person from this group, probably even somebody outside. So how do I personally, as Hanifin, handle such a person? Because, hey, we are human beings, and when Hanifin tries to, you will not like it. But just help me out on that one, because you've really helped in very many things. among all of us, but also people outside. How do we handle them? Now that we are celebs, now that Hanifin is, on Twitter, on Facebook and everything, how do I even handle the stalkers out there and save my marriage? Thank you.
Thank you, Hani, for that question. Anger is always, it's a very raw emotion, and it comes out almost instinctively, yeah? It just explodes, yeah? So you always find a person who tends to explode with anger, you always find that as soon as the wrong buttons are touched, the next reaction that comes out is anger, all right? However, that is also a learned reaction. We are not generally born with that much anger in us, yeah? And what we have learned, we can easily unlearn. The first step is to recognize that anger builds because somebody is touching the wrong buttons. Yeah, if you know which are your wrong buttons, it's easy to take a break and pull away. So, for example, if somebody is insulting you, yeah, you can see that this person is going to insult you and they are going to talk in a certain way that you don't want. You can take a step away from them and move away from that person who is causing you that negative emotion. Being able to take the gap, being able to think that I can actually take a gap, already your anger levels will go down, okay? So the biggest thing is to move away from the person who is annoying you. If you're not able to move away from them, you can actually even turn your back towards them, yeah? Of course, always give a bit of distance, because they might also jump on you, yeah? So you need to move away from the person as much as possible. Do not let their anger or whatever it is saying get inside you. You need to know that what is inside you can actually protect, yeah? So the best thing is, first of all, take a break, move away from that person. If you cannot move away, turn away from them. Breathe, yeah? Breathing is one of those things that is very key. Just take a deep breath, count to 5 to 10, let it out slowly, and just let the anger also go out to the breath.
And to Lena, you're done.
And actually, before we cross over to Lena, you did not answer Daktari Hani's question on the stalkers.
Okay. Well, it's almost, I think, flattering when you have somebody following you, yeah? But I can imagine the amount of stress that can put you, because this is actually unwarranted attention, yeah? The first thing about stalkers is you have to be able to take, to look around you and be able to make sure that you are in a safe place. Do not allow yourself to be in places with people you do not know. Do not encourage personal contacts or anything that somebody can say she encouraged me to be her friend, yeah? So always being cautious how you're speaking to them. Always be very firm in how you communicate, yeah? And letting people know, yeah, what it is that your intention is. And if you find that there's somebody whom is giving you too much unwanted attention, then you should be able to report it to somebody who can take action about it. Yeah.
If I'm afraid, just the last one that you said, if I'm afraid to talk to another person, because also people, words can go around, fine. You might say that I trust Lillian, I come and talk to Lillian about it. But yeah, because Lillian also feels, fine, there's a man following her, and of course probably Lillian has been wanting to talk to my husband, even if she's a doctor, even if she's a psychologist and everything, and she goes behind my back and actually report bad things and say, you know what, your woman is having somebody out there. And that is number one. And number two, if fine, you have that stalker, hey, and I'm not saying that I have, but yes, I have some few of them, and then probably you get to meet them, and even when you look at them, when I look at them, I'm like, damn, okay, you're a stalker. I have a partner back at home, but hey, you're hot. What am I going to do with that? Not that I'm giving them hope, but inside me there's something else which I say, hey, God, I care more than, though also my partner back at home, he's the most, hey, baby, let me just give him shout as fast. He's the most handsome. Herbert, Diechma, a white man, very, very handsome. Hey, for the stalkers today, let me say, keep off. But yeah, back to my question. How do you handle such?
Wow. Tough question. Tough question. So on one side, you're looking at the stalker and saying, wow, yeah? And then there's a husband. I think one of the things is to know yourself and exactly what it is that you want, yeah? Because it actually all begins with you, yeah? Knowing what are your priorities and what it is that you want. I mean, it's okay to look at a picture and say that's a good, you look at a person and say that's a good person. But what is it that you want out of that relationship, and what is the end game, so to speak? So that even as you're saying, should I encourage him? Should I say hello? Should I allow him to take me for coffee? What is it that you want as a person? Yeah? And then if you're encouraging him, does that person continue being called a stalker?
Okay, we need to move this conversation along and get questions from other guys. Just know, you know, ladies, once you get exposure on TV, there are people called Mafisi Hatari, you know? So you have to actually be very careful. You're busting those moves here, you're looking young and agile and beautiful. But what happens when you're off the limelight? Will the attention still be there? You need to know who's authentic and who's there for the fame. So let's proceed to our next question, possibly now to Lina. If we have that, kindly forward a question to her.
Hi, Dr. Harry. Hi, Lina. Hi. My question goes to you. We've been having the total lifestyle change and the diet and everything, but now you just said that the winner will be a lot of things come into place that are being looked at. But now my question is, I have been plateauing at a certain amount of grams, and then Emily told me it's plateauing, and we reviewed the diet and everything was fine, and then my biggest challenge is that the waist is moving but the kilos aren't moving. So is it that I'm gaining muscle, or there's something wrong with it, or is it that it's just my diet? Because we've reviewed it a lot of times and things are not moving. So am I on the right track, or I'm a bit, a bit off?
One of the things that you need to know is that as long as you're keeping to the individualized calorie count that we have made for each of you, and as long as you're exercising, remember the whole thing about weight loss is you need to burn more than what you're eating. Are you burning more than what you're eating? I'm sure you are with the kuruka and the dance and the exercises. So as long as you're keeping to what the review of the diet that we do every week, and you're exercising, one of the ways that our bodies react is that this week you might find that you will lose 2 kilos. Next week you'll find that you've not lost anything, but your waist circumference, you've lost inches. Next week you might find that the cholesterol levels have gone down. So it's not typical every week, but as long as you're exercising and you're eating healthy, something is happening. So it may not be, and that's why we don't rely on the scale all the time. In terms of the winner, usually we will look at those parameters as I mentioned. The weight, the BMI, which we do by taking the weight and height, and then we do the waist circumference, and then we do the body fat percentage, we do the fat mass, meaning the muscle mass. So what happens is that, and then the cholesterol. So we will look at how close you are to getting to the ideal cholesterol for each of you, and then you get we put some points, and then how close are you to getting to the ideal waist for each individual, then we put points. How close are you to, so the weight, the BMI usually is given like the same number of points, and that's why the weight really is not what makes somebody win. So you might find that you've lost the most weight, but then somebody else has lost more inches, has lost, the cholesterol is actually maybe ideal, they have not lost a lot of muscle mass. So those are the kind of things that you're looking at. But what I would like to encourage you is that even if you see nothing is happening on the weight scale, something is definitely happening as long as you're following the diet and the exercise plan. Yeah.
Okay, contestants, I think we're in the clear there that as of now, which is week 11, there is no clear winner, but there will be an elimination this evening. Let's proceed to the next question. Does anybody have any burning issue whatsoever that you'd like to forward to Francis or Lena, because we're about to move to the weighing now. Okay. Okay, so I'll ask you, Dr. Katambana, to give your closing remarks very briefly to the contestants. This is their final studio session as the Academy. Next week, the curtains on Slimpossible close, and therefore, Dr. Francis Katambana, just some words to the contestants, because this may be the last time that you'll be addressing them as their teacher.
Well, ladies, it's been a journey. Yeah, you know where you've started from, and you know how we've come all this way. I think each and every one of you deserves to win. Yeah. However, as you have said, there's only one winner. So, you know, I'm wishing all of you the best. Yeah. The biggest thing out of this is, remember, this has been a competition, but we talk about total lifestyle change. So it is the continuation of what you do after this that's going to matter. Yeah. Let people know that there has actually been a change. So the things that you've learned over this period, take them forward. Yeah, even if you become number 2, I think all of you are winners. Just take them forward, make them part of your life. Thank you.
And Lena, borrowing from Dr. Katambana's total lifestyle change comments there, you've put the contestants on individualized eating plans. So just some words from you as regards going forward away from the Slimpossible Academy, how to live within you know, the dictates of that individualized eating plan, how to continue with what we started here in the Academy.
So what I'd like to encourage you, and by the way, congratulations, you're looking good and you've done well. And what I'd like you to know is that the 12 weeks that we have with you is just to jumpstart you into a healthy eating plan and a total lifestyle change. But and then the diet that we worked out with you is what you're going to have for the rest of your life. You understand that? It's not that after this, then you go back to the old eating habits, and that's why it's an individualized plan, and that's why it's based on your individual BMIs, individual, you know, all those parameters that we look at. So once this season is over, please continue with the diet, continue exercising, because this should be your lifestyle. So the 12 weeks we've had with you is just for you to learn. You may not get to your ideal weight, all of you, but you've lost, you know, significant weight. So continue with this kind of diet, and we'll always be there to consult with you. And I hope we'll see you after a few months later, and you know, you've gotten to your ideal weight. Yeah. All right.
Okay, let's applaud our faculty ladies. This is stuff you pay money for. I mean, these guys are great. Honestly, there are people who say that it's very expensive to hire the services of a psychologist and a nutritionist, and we thank you very much for partnering with Slimpossible. Our contestants have gotten value out of your mentorship. We're taking a short break now. We're going into the week that was, and when we return, we will be weighing our contestants and finding out who the final 6 that will be battling it out for the cash prize of 1 million Kenya shillings next week will be. Use the hashtag Slimpossible7. Are you Team Hani? Are you Team Mariam? Are you Team... you know them all. Let's go. Let's tweet using the hashtag Slimpossible7.